Since the time JJ Act was enacted in the year 2000, JJ Act has been through several amendments, and through the years, JJ Act has become so progressive that it has given provision for adoption of relatives' children. Hi, I'm Ruby Naka, director of an NGO called the Hope House here in India. If you are visiting our channel for the first time, go to the subscribe button in red color, click on it, followed by a bell sign so that you receive notifications. Under the JJ Act, adoption of relative's child can be done in three different ways. Adoption of a relative's child within India, adoption of a relative's child from outside of India, and adoption of a stepchild. In this video, we will only be talking about adopting of a relative's child within India. We have already covered some time back adoption of a stepchild, and if you like to watch that video, please go to the description box below this video and there is a link to it. Before we go any further, let's look into see who can adopt a child in this category. Subsection 52 of Section 2 of JJ Act defines relative adoption as paternal or maternal uncles and aunts or grandparents only can adopt under this category. Now let's look into learning about how to do this adoption. Primarily, there are three stages. First stage is called as registration. Second stage is called as document procurement. Third stage is called as finalization of adoption in the court. First, you have to register yourself to adopt your relative's child. How to do that is, you have to log into CARA website www.cara.nic.in. Once you go to that website, go to the right lower corner where there is a link to Carings, C-A-R-I-N-G-S. Click on that and it will open up a form for you to register. You will have to choose an option that you are adopting a relative's child. Next, what you have to do under registration is, CARA will be asking you certain documents to be uploaded. In a conventional adoption, they can upload it by themselves. But this is a little bit away from the conventional adoption. So you will have to take all the documents that the Carings on CARA website is asking to your district child protection office, have them verify the documents, and they have to upload it to your account. The reason for DCPO to verify and upload the documents is this. In conventional adoption, after the registration is completed, there would be somebody coming from the nearest adoption agency to do your home study. At that time, they can verify your documents. But in relatives adoption, there is no home study to be done, so there is nobody coming to your house to verify your documents. That is why you have to take it to the DCPO's office to have them verified, and they have to upload it for you. Now we are going to the second stage, that is procurement of your documents. The first document that you have to procure is the consent of the child if the child is above the age of 5 years. The relative's child that you're going to be adopting, if the child happens to be above 5 years, the child has to consent, stating that she is willing to be adopted. If in case the adopting child, although is above 5 years and still cannot sign, what I suggest is that you make a video clip of her saying her desire to be adopted and keep it safe for the future reference. You need proof of residence of the prospective adoptive parents. Next document that you have to procure is the consent of the biological parents to be given on a document called Schedule 19, which is available in the description box below this video. Next document that you have to procure is affidavit of the prospective adoptive parents on a document called Schedule 24, which is also available in the description box below this video. The last document that you might have to consider procuring if in case this relative's child that you're about to adopt is a total orphan but is under a guardianship of a guardian. That guardian has to obtain CWC's letter stating that she is legally free for adoption by surrendering the child to CWC, and then you can take the child over. So you need the document from CWC given to the legal guardian. CWC's permission is given on a form called Schedule 22, which is also available in the description box below this video. Now, once you procure all these documents, we step into the last stage, that is the finalization of your adoption in the competent court. For this, you have to file an application, that is again a form called Schedule 30, which is also again available in the description box below this video. You have to fill that out and make an application to the court to finalize your adoption and give you an adoption document. As and when you receive the legal documents from the court, you have to upload that document also to your Caring's account on Cara website. Now, I'm going to give you 6 precautions to be followed in adopting a relative's child. The first one is be prepared for it to fail till the last second. Why I am saying that is this biological couple have to accompany you to the courthouse to say that they are willingly giving this child away to you. The biological mother, if she is there, you can only imagine how hard it would be for her to say that she wants to give this child away in the courthouse. So if in case she feels drawn to the child and wants to change her mind and says no, she doesn't want to give this child away, this cannot happen. So you must be mentally prepared for it to fail till the last second, where the judge will sign your decree to say that the adoption is finalized. Second precaution that you and the adoptive parents have to understand is adoption is irrevocable. Once it is completed, it cannot be changed. So both the parties, prospective adoptive parents and biological parents, ought to be prepared, ought to be aware and be prepared for this logical end, where once the adoption is completed, it cannot be changed. Third precaution that I want to say to you is, once the adoption is completed, you know that it is your relative's child and your relatives know that it is their child. As much as you want to keep in touch with your relative, it is better to keep the distance so that you can prevent the identity crisis for your child. Let's use an example. I am adopting my brother's child, my biological brother's child. My brother is alive and he wants to give that child away to us to adopt. You know, if you allow this child to call him as dad and call me as uncle, that's going to create a lot of confusion, and child would not be able to identify who the real father and mother are. Next, what you have to pay attention to is, as soon as you get your document from the courthouse, you must apply to your local government to obtain a birth certificate. When you obtain the birth certificate, child's place of birth and the date of birth will remain the same, but the parents' names will be changed from the biological parents to the adoptive parents as the real parents. So if you don't have this birth certificate, whatever the birth certificate that the child is carrying with her biological parents' names will continue, and this can create problems in the future. Next precaution is, if there are twins and you're going to adopt one of them, please understand they were together in the womb. There would be a feeling of togetherness, and by adopting the child and taking the child away, you may be separating them which may have some amount of harm to their relationship. You have to be aware of it and you have to learn to face it. The last precaution I want to give you is this: protect your child from gossip mongers. Why I say this is this: in your relative circle, probably everybody knows that you have adopted so and so's child. So behind your back or behind your child's back, they may talk, or in front of your child, they might say things that may not be very pleasant to hear. So if you are aware of some people, some places, you might want to protect your child from such kind of gossip mongers, because that can cause a lot of confusion for your child. That's all the information I have, folks. If you have enjoyed our video, please visit other videos over here, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Till we meet again, goodbye.